Welcome to IMH. Oh.
In my homosexual opinion.
He has a degree in theater. I'm Darby.
And I'm Curtis, with a degree in theater.
And we are here to talk about Dragula.
Theater.
Oh, wait. Should we tell them first?
Yes.
Alexis is dead.
We thought it would be appropriate for this
We thought
really
this would be
spooky
easier
episode
to just let
you know that she's now a ghost, probably
Yeah.
haunting you. So cover up or, take a little something off if you want to catch her
Fuck
attention.
Alexis's ghost?
Yeah.
Honestly, she could use the attention. Also, I'm not totally sure that she's dead. I just know that she got on a plane earlier today, and I haven't heard back from her since.
It was a Boeing, so...
Have I reached out? True, she was sitting by the door, exit row. Have I reached out? No. So Curtis is now filling in. Thank you so much for doing it.
I'll do my best Alexis impression and
Go
try
for
to
it.
just make sure it seems like it's seamless.
Yeah, that's what Alexis is really good at. No. You're an actor. Don't fuck up your muscle. You know what video she sent me today? It was her dad's reaction to Alexis not finishing her sentence. I felt so vindicated. Never have I ever wanted to be more associated with an old, cis, straight white man who used to be a pilot. Okay? But I felt so proud. I think between her dad and me, she's not going to change at all. So I made Curtis watch Dragula. Actually, full confession, I made him watch UK.
Oh, yeah, there was a little switcheroo. There was a switcheroo Paul.
Oh, don't say her name. If you say it 3 times, she'll appear. We watched Drag Race UK because he's an actor, and it was an acting challenge, and I thought
I would judge the acting.
Exactly.
So I put on my beret, I got my large conic megaphone, put on my riding pants with crop, and I sat in my director's chair and said, action.
The problem is we don't have a director's chair, so she has to go sit in another person's apartment. We live next door to Steven Spielberg. But after watching it, well, 2 reasons. One, I have a lot of editing. I didn't think I'd make it in time, but also, I hated it. I didn't want to bring you onto something that I wasn't enjoying, and I gotta be honest, you weren't either.
It is really fun to watch bad acting.
No, it is, but there was a lot of it, and I got overwhelmed, overstimulated. We instead watched Dragula, and that was way more fun. What did you think? General thoughts?
I do like Dragula more than Drag Race. My initial...
Hot take.
It seems to me that Dragula enjoys the art of drag more than Drag Race. Is that true? They
Not
make
that
drag
people on
seem
Drag
accessible.
Race, yeah. Well,
No, and I don't mean that they're so bad that I could do it. Even though I could. I mean that it's like, it shows you how. It's like, hey, here's our arts and crafts moment
sure.
for the day. Like, was it JK talking about how they made the thorny stem and stuff? I love an arts and crafts moment. We love an explanation. Here's some things that you can do at home. You know, it reminds me of when I used to watch The World's Greatest Magic on NBC. Every year they used to show The World's Greatest Magic on NBC for Thanksgiving holiday, and they would always include these little moments where you could learn magic at home. We've got things that you've got lying around the house that you can perform your own magic tricks with. And I'm thinking like, oh, amazing. I'm gonna like cut my sister in half. I'm gonna like vanish next time I have a pop quiz or whatever. And then they show you that you can take a half and half container at the restaurant, take a fork and go, oh, let me show you I can poke my eye out, and go, and then the white stuff all comes down. And I was like,
that's
really?
funny. That's funny.
Like actual impressive magic.
Also, encouraging children to put something in front of their eye that's very flimsy and then stab it. Not great.
It was the 90s.
Pretty good then. He is a magic boy. He was a child magician.
I'm a magic boy.
He was Curtis Jackson, the amazing magic boy. What were you?
I
Kid Magician.
was Curtis Jackson, the amazing magic boy, but I went by the Kid Magician.
Yes. He's so cute. Anyway, so magic has always been a part of this. One night, you've been talking about the NBC specials, and one night, it came up on YouTube, didn't it? Like, naturally.
Yeah, we found it on YouTube.
We love watching Penn and Teller fool us clips on YouTube. Anyway, so we do sound like an old married couple.
I was reading a play today, and the 2 characters scroll on their phones sitting on the couch and pass a carton of ice cream back and forth between them while they are simultaneously playing crossword puzzles and trying to beat each other. And I said, oh dear God, I've never felt so seen.
Yeah, we do love doing both of those things. 3 things? Anyway, I was really high one night, so I said fine. I had a wonderful time. Now, I will say I am a child that grew up in the 90s, so perhaps there was a nostalgic part that I was able to forgive some of the sections.
Forgive. It was like a delight to see the old graphic design and the old
And commercials.
Yeah.
I will say I did enjoy the commercials. A lot of them, they did make me want to buy the product, but they don't exist anymore.
And the magic that we share in our relationship. That's definitely still glowing, still alive, still vital.
I put your junk in my mouth today. That's magic.
And I cleaned up a bunch of your junk around the house.
Shut the fuck up. I have ADHD and severe depression, and I'm very tired.
I get my steps in.
I saw a comment someone put on a recent video that was like, God, Darby sounds exhausting to be around lately. And I was like, I am! Also, I know that Alexis wore this hair first. However, this was my wig that she restyled into an Alexis look and wore it and then said, here's your wig. And I went, oh, that's mine? I gotta be honest with you, she did look way better in it than I do. However, I'm channeling her. I want to include her. I'm also wearing something that can't be described as drag. So I feel very Alexis right now, and I'm giving her this wig as soon as she gets back, if she gets back, or I'll lay it on the wreckage. Now, I know you watched our review last week, and thank you so much for doing that. Yeah. So you remember how, we can use the word upset I seemed at the fake drama. I don't like fake drama. Sometimes I do, but only if, I feel like someone's in danger, But
you said you love it when I'm on stage participating in fake drama.
Is that a theater thing? But they heard me. The monsters heard me because this week, all we got was real drama. I mean, except when Eva mentioned Sigourney again and drop it. But we got some real drama and it was great. We start in the long table room. Dahlia's still on her people are drinking and doing drugs kick. She tells the long table that she did some research. Remember that from 2020? She found out that in New York, you can only get ketamine as a prescription if it's administered in office.
Mm-hmm. Or if you take it in a little tiny baggie.
When it's powdered.
And go home with it. Then that's fine too, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure you could just take some. Listen, do I think that Zava has a ketamine prescription that she was doing on the set of Dragula? No, I don't. However, I also don't think it's Dahlia's business unless she's genuinely worried for her. And week after week, all she continues to do is double down, and I hate it. And the room's like, fuck, Dahlia, again, it's episode 3. Every episode she brings up, someone is doing something they're not supposed to do. Dahlia, you're the worst. Anyway, Blackberry had a very good line. How'd you do research? They took our phones. Which means she didn't do research. She's working with a storyline producer who is trying to ruin her.
No, she sent a messaging. She sent a messaging raven from the top of her tower. Don't they? I would imagine they keep them in these tall towers or something for Dragula.
No, I think Dragula's shot in Burbank. They argue about that for a little while. Then Dahlia says to Sigourney, she's making comments about her fan base. Don't fuck with her because of my fan base.
The fans won't let that happen.
Yes. Now, as someone from the outside looking in, waving through a window, what did you think of that comment? Wait till the fans find out.
Well, as a fan, I thought, don't speak for me.
Yeah, he's very protective of his fanness. Sigourney denies saying it, but then everyone else is like, girlie, yes you have. Then in her talking head, Sigourney's explaining it. My season 4 castmates got shit on by the fans when they messed with me, and I just don't want that to happen again. Now, do I think that there is part of Sigourney who's loving that she can say that? Absolutely. We're drag queens. We should. We should love attention at all times. However, I don't know. Well, I'm biased because she's Chicago and she has big boobs. But
So you can't pay attention? You're just whoa.
When I look at women.
Whoa, Italian beef. Whoa.
I look at their eyes. Italian beef. The fans were awful to the other cast members because everyone was awful to Sigourney the whole season. And that's not necessarily the storyline we're getting this season. Even the Boulets later in the episode say
oh yeah,
Sigourney doesn't know, she's talking about her fan base, but fans change their mind in a second season. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's also part of me that just feels like she's harmless.
Why?
No, maybe I don't know.
I think you are being manipulated.
Yeah, I could easily join a cult. That's why I stay far, far away.
That's why you don't look those women in their eyes. Those big, beautiful, round, doughy eyes. That's how they trap you.
doughy. Anyway, it wasn't great, and I don't know how I feel about it. So
why are we even reviewing it?
Yeah. Cut the cameras. Vander Von Odd returns, which, like, I guess she's the...
Oddest?
I guess she's the long table room cunt who just comes in and is like, do this mini challenge, bye. Which I think last Titans it was, you remember.
Yeah, it was that Titan.
Coco?
Yes, Coco Titan.
I'm 41. Just the fact that I remember the name of the show is enough. She comes in, she looks great, of course. They are going to eat cake filled with mealworms with their hands tied behind their back, and whoever has a gold ring in their cake will get to curse another monster with getting wet before the floor show.
They should have had to cut out their own piece of cake, because if they just gave them all cake, then they know who's got the ring. They just gave someone the ring.
It's a reality show. Everything's pre-planned. And honestly, I was so happy for Jaharia. They said that the cake tasted bad, but I don't know if that's because the cake tasted bad or if the mealworms were, like, really mealy.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get a read on, like, what the rest of the cake was made of.
Yeah,
it looked like a normal cake just with some worms in it.
It was funny, though. They kept saying, like, filled with worms. And then they'd show the same shot of the same piece of cake with one worm sticking out.
It's because they only had one live worm. They only had one that was wiggling, and they had to keep showing that one.
Maybe. I was like, oh, well, stop closing up on it. But, you know, they got to fill time.
They did not. I did notice they did not include in the credits that no worms were harmed in the filming of this. So I'm guessing some worms were harmed.
It's fucked up. That's one of our favorite. We love watching unusual memes compilations. And whenever there's like a crash or something, they'll say like, no one was harmed. And sometimes they don't say no one was harmed.
Pretty glaring when they say no one is harmed and there's a giant fireball on screen.
Oh my God, I just sent this.
I almost said furball.
Crazy. I just sent him this TikTok. A guy, LA, car chase, police, 101, I think.
Our national pastime.
He's going do. I guess his car stops. He decides to get out of the car, jump over the median to the other side of the interstate and run away.
Well, yeah, he wanted to change directions. He wanted to go north instead.
Without his car. Well, he didn't look to see if there was a car. He jumps right in front of a car on the highway. The TikTok paused it before, the thing happened. So as far as I'm concerned, no one was harmed.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Jaharia wins. She decides to curse Sigourney. I think they've done this curse before, and it didn't work. And again, it didn't work. Like, you can plan for that shit.
Yeah, you just get wet. I honestly didn't even notice that she looked any different than she would have without the water.
I didn't either. Well, we'll wait till we get to that, guys. I have a lot to say about that. But the best part, I rewound it and made Curtis watch it. Vander Von Odd is leaving the room. She says, goodbye. Everyone goes, bye. And they turn back to the table. And then Vander's got her back to the monsters. She takes a minute to get back, and then she turns around again in this really grand way to be like, goodbye. And you could see, she sees that no one is facing her. And she just kind of goes and sneaks out. Brilliant. No notes. Don't reshoot that. It's perfect. So then they're getting ready, and while they're getting ready, now this one I wasn't sure about Sigourney. JK comes over to Sigourney and is like, hey, because JK validated what Dahlia was saying at the long table room. And JK's like, I'm so sorry. Like, basically JK was saying, a true friend won't lie to you. And I was just trying to not lie to you. But I realized that probably wasn't the best place to do it, or, whatever. It seemed very genuine to me.
Yeah. From what I've seen, JK seems very just pragmatic. Like, in the talking heads, they're always just kind of like, this is what's up, that's not what's up.
I think that's why I love them.
At first, I couldn't tell if it was just, like, very genuine and straight to the point, or if it was, like, I don't care about anyone kind of thing.
No, I think JK's very genuine. Yeah. JK's got, like, nerdy band kid energy. Everything's a big deal.
JK, genuine kindness.
That's, well, it's J-A-Y.
Oh, LOL, JK.
Okay. Anyway, I'm thinking it's going well. I'm a dumb bitch. I'm on the couch going, wow.
This is great.
Look at them mending fences. Wow.
Look at them burying the hatchet. What would they use on Dragula? They would bury the
prosthetic,
the sickle, helmet, the saber,
the prosthetic legs.
Bury the legs.
I don't know. Then we cut to Sigourney's talking head, where I think she's about to say, that was really nice. But no. No, she doesn't. She said, I'm still mad. Which, like, be mad. Honestly, be mad. But it seems very genuine to me. I don't know. But once you have a long table room confronting you, I think you're on edge at that point. But it was really... You got me there, Sigourney.
I know. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Damn, Beaver.
Oh, wordplay.
That's what I said.
He does this all the time.
Like, nonstop. You would hate it.
I love it. Okay, and now, let's take it to the floor show.
Hell yeah.
Okay? The Boulets are brides?
Victorian veil?
Bloody ladies. We usually don't get them in white, and I gotta say, I love it. I think they look great.
Yeah, I like the little mouse ears.
They have mouse ears? Oh, the hair.
The head titties.
Oh, shit. Yeah, their head titties are...
Perky.
Tight. The theme is a gothic wedding. They have to be both the bride and the groom.
Yes.
What did you say when they announced that on the show?
Oh, here comes the Victor Victoria.
You didn't say that. That's so gay,
that's
though.
what I thought.
Oh. Do you really think gay thoughts like that?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Thank you for keeping them in. I'm homophobic. You said, actually, you were like, oh, how heteronormative.
I did.
But here's the thing. If there were two brides, what happens to the boys? They feel left out. Then there's boys watching. And
no, the boys would be bullying the girls.
Oh, that's
If there's two girls, there's more girls for the boys to bully.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Boys' rights. Up first, we have Cynthia Dahl, love of my life. I love this look.
The first thing that really got me, besides that breastplate, was the chainmail veil.
It looks so good. I love the breastplate. I just think she's really upped her pussy. And then we get her as the groom, which I don't fully see them together. However, we've never seen her nose in drag, ever. She always does the big black triangles up her nose. Yeah. I gotta be honest.
It does look like a totally different person.
She looks stunning. She looks sort of like Dahlia.
You know what I would have done? I would have taken out the little piercings, and I would have had the mustache go in and then come out of the holes of her cheeks.
Can I say something? I was watching TikTok, I know. And
when?
There's this thing on TikTok called like the love mob or something. Basically, if someone's getting picked on in their own comments, this person will say, let's go spam them with love. Tell them they look beautiful.
Let's ride, kids.
Yeah, so it's usually just people being really mean for no reason. And I think it's really nice. So I always like to go, I usually will leave a comment. I'm very,
generous?
No, what is it when people are
loving?
Susceptible to cults?
Oh, Republican.
Yes, I'm very Republican about it. So I say, Jesus is king, and then I move on. Anyway, so this guy makes a video, and he's like, people are being so mean to this girl, you know, go over there. And I was like, okay, great, I will. I go over there, and I went, oh.
Did she deserve it?
Listen, no. She had a septum piercing. The reason people were making fun of her, she had a septum piercing that was a handlebar mustache, and it was like a thin wire, and it's alarming to see. And I will admit, I did not like that I had that reaction, but I did end up liking her video. I did not leave a comment. I'm not going to lie to her. I'm not lying to her, but I did like
You should have left a comment that was like, at first, I hated it. I thought you were terrible and it was ugly, but then I started to come around.
But I never did. I think it looks terrible. But don't tell her that. Just tell everyone on YouTube. Then we have Disasterina.
Best name in the entire game, I think.
She's crazy. I love her. She did BDSM. Bride has strap-on, spike, and then groom locked in cage.
She also had the cat o' nine tails she dropped from her...
Yeah, from her bouquet. I love the idea, and as the Boulets said, BDSM and the goth community go hand in hand at times. It's a little messy. It's just a little sloppy. I didn't really love the finishings on her.
Well, it just didn't read wedding, is what they said.
Well, first of all, I don't think you can say that, because all weddings are different. If anyone invited me to a wedding and I found out the groom would be in a box, I'm in.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Priscilla Chambers.
80s.
I sort of like it. What do you think?
Well, it's 80s, it's kiss. It's like...
Is it like puffer jacket down the front?
That was a little confusing. But I love the shoes. I love the pants on the groom.
Yeah, we move into the groom. I did enjoy her groom so much more than I enjoyed her bride.
But they're both...
the bride's not bad.
Kind of the same. Like, suit and dress. Like, it's like traditional,
well, they're from
cotillion.
The same world.
But do you see how, like, there's nothing really going on beyond her black dress and then his black tux?
You have to keep in mind that
I'm very, very critical.
He's a cis white gay.
Virgo.
Okay, Virgo. So he will say these things whether you like it or not. I love Priscilla. This didn't really move me, but she gave herself a tattoo, and that's cool.
Did we get to see what the tattoo was of?
No. Although we did get a lot of shots of her just sitting there on stage with her head down going... Which is wild to me.
Which is enthralling entertainment.
Wild to me. Then we have Dahlia Black, this piece of shit. Now, she looks incredible. I can't. She looks incredible. She always does. But then she enters as the groom, and it looks like she's wearing someone else's clothes, which was shocking to me. Dahlia's so polished.
It looks like she used too much of the fabric on the bride and had nothing left for the groom.
I just mean the fit of the actual, like, garment. Mm-hmm. Like, the jacket, the pants. Ma'am, who is that for?
Sir.
But the bride's perfect. She looks great. They both ate hearts. That was cool. Up next, we have Blackberry. I loved Blackberry's acting, okay? That bride was upset. And she
was running.
She's running.
Scared. I see it all.
I love her groom as well. However, I was really surprised because she has incredible clothes. And I felt like the bride... I loved the little handprints of blood on occasion, but this is not very Blackberry. Usually when you see Blackberry, you don't see something that you could buy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see a dress that feels attainable. Everything she wears feels next level. I would have loved to see the uncut footage and penises of her performance because I loved it. What I saw, I loved. One thing I will say that Drag Race has going for itself that Dragula does not is the storytelling over the looks. I wish we could hear them tell us what the story is.
Yes. Okay, so here I'm licking my long fingernail.
No,
and here I'm rolling around on the ground.
No, tell us who is this woman? Like, what's happening? And that goes for everyone. You have to guess what everything is. I don't love that. La Zavaleta. Beautiful gown. Beautiful dress.
I like the flowers.
Gorgeous dress. Gorgeous face. Is it enough? No. Beautiful gown. And then she came out on stilts as the groom, which, hey, I loved.
The groom was much more interesting than the bride, for sure.
But the interest kind of faded because...
The more you look at it.
Well, it didn't go anywhere. Yeah. She's not wearing shoes. All you see is the stilt at the bottom. She had, like, what was it? Blue teeth or something?
Yeah, which we didn't even see until the end.
Yeah, well, I think
Blue
that
lips,
was...
maybe?
I think that was her, like, reveal, you know? But, like...
The reveal is she just tips the brim of the cap up.
She's this, like, tiny little... She's this tiny little person with a tiny little head. And she has this giant hat on. And the big, like, moment is her going... I don't know. It just felt very disconnected.
It had a lot of immediate impact when she came out, and then just wasn't much to look at.
That dress is gorgeous. Up next, JK. I loved this look. So she's the bride, but the thorns, the roses are upside down. The roses, upside down.
I love,
like she's
trapped.
She's trapped.
Love conceptually that this is the upside down roses, but because all of the heft of the gown is down here and then it just leaves the stems coming up, it just felt a little, I don't know, anemic up top or something.
I think that was the point. I think it was we don't know anything.
I just mean visually, like looking at it compositionally wise, I just wanted a little bit more interest up top.
See, I liked that the only thing she had going on, she didn't even have like her hair down. The only thing you could see when you looked at her top half was that she's in a prison of stems. I like that there was no other...
Oh, so maybe I wish that there were more.
More stems.
More stems. Because I do...
You heard him here first.
If she was climbing...
He thinks JK should be in jail.
Through the stems.
Wow.
No, I just think it could have been a thornier look. I just think it could have...
Could have been thornier. Now, the groom is fire. They both are. She paints so well. It's crazy. I loved it. I loved everything about it.
She was the only one that flipped, letting the groom sort of be more ostentatious.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
Bride.
Well, that's the thing. JK is so... There's thought in every step, and that's what I appreciate. And that's why I think I get so frustrated with someone like La Zavaleta.
It's a lot of lava.
I got there. It looks like she was like, beautiful gown. Oh, I'm gonna be on stilts. Done. No more thought. That's a bummer.
Yeah. That's why her look looked so stilted.
There you go. Then we have Abora. Now I know the critics on the internet will say she looks the same as she always does, which is true. But I think it's cool.
Yeah. Abora seems to traffic in like tiny detail a lot.
Mm-hmm. Like the wedding rings being boulders.
Yeah. Or even, but I mean, even just like the different little mustached wire thing. And there's just lots of little things to look at. Yeah, maybe that's fooling me into thinking it's more complex than it actually is or something, but...
I just love the shape she plays with. I love that at the bottom, it's like this big kind of wadded up skirt. This is, I think, another example of like, the details matter.
Do people like the nose thing? Or do people think it's like played out or...
The people on the show think it's played out. But that's like her signature. It would be like if I went on a TV show and they were like, get rid of the boopsie. I'd be like... Kill yourself.
Yeah. I like that there's a signature thing, you know.
I like it. It does not bother me.
I have to be honest, this has gotten me in trouble in the past. I can't tell drag queens apart a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. Especially because...
He has face blindness.
I have face blindness. No, there's always different color wigs and different outfits and stuff, so I have a hard time...
You're confusing him.
Associating one person with, okay, that's the blonde queen, great. But then the next time I see her, she's wearing red hair, and I'm like, wait, aren't you the blonde queen? But so I like having a little signature thing.
He's talking about me. Anytime I change my wigs, he has no idea who I am.
I scream, call the cops. Who's in here?
He kicks me out of the house every single time. Then we have Jade Jolie. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. She is stunningly gorgeous. I don't know why she didn't have the veil with the balloons on for the walk down the floor show part, because this just looks like a beautiful red gown. Yeah,
it doesn't give any sort of wedding, and it doesn't really give any sort of anything. It just is like, oh, that's a nice red dress that she could wear out to a...
Do you know who Jade Jolie is?
A funeral. I mean, yeah, but I'd love to hear you try to explain it.
Okay, you let me know if I say anything wrong. Jade was on Drag Race. She's the first person to make the jump from Drag Race to Dragula. Jade did not do well on Drag Race. This was years ago. Now she's a very popular performer, but she wanted to try something new. So she tried Dragula. She pushed herself, but she didn't quite go far enough. She came back for Titans, and she's kind of doing the same thing. I just don't know that she has the vision, because even her entrance look, I found out later, thank you commenters, her entrance look for Dragula Titans was a Taylor Swift bodysuit in a dark color, a recreation of a Taylor Swift concert suit, because that's what she really does, is a lot of Taylor Swift stuff. I love her, I really do, and I love how much everyone hates her, and I want the best for her for that reason. The gremlin made no sense.
When she walked in the Taylor Swift number, did it suck all the air out of the room?
No, but you know, currently she's Life of a Show girl. Paula, turn this off, mute it. And this is not getting good. People don't like it.
I don't know anything about Taylor Swift.
Okay.
The gremlin's funny, only that it has the entire finger with the ring on it as the ring bearer.
Oh, that's cute. Funny. I've never seen a gremlin. Have you?
Like the movies? No.
Yeah. Up next, we have love of my life, Jaharia. I'm just loving everything she's doing. I loved this. Her bride is stunning. Stanisha. Look at that. Look at the volume. Look at the stones. And then for the groom to match, get out of here. She looks fantastic. And I want to push back on these podcast judges. First of all, who has a podcast? Grow up. Every Thursday, IMHO the podcast. Secondly, the boy of the couple said she looked kind of under the sea because it was blue. Corpse Bride? Blue's a spooky color. That's That's spooky. I'm scared.
When I get blue and lonely, I feel real scared.
And the girl from the podcast was like, the blue thing sometimes would get in front of your face when you're performing, and I just want to see. Shut the fuck up.
She was playing like a little game of like hide and reveal.
Well, that wasn't even the case. It really wasn't the case. And like, who are you? Sorry. Whoa.
Let's talk about the face not matching the rest of the neck.
Am I mad at them because I see so much of myself in them?
My wig was off, and I didn't like this really at all.
You don't like this?
I like aspects of it.
What do you like?
I like that it's shiny. I also agree that the blonde hair didn't work.
Yeah, Eva points out that the hair is a mess. It does make her look like she's going to prom. I agree with that.
So this is my own ignorance, but so the painting of the face as white and blue and everything, but then not having any of the rest of her skin matching that, is there a reason for that? Is there a...
Wow.
I ran out of paint? Is there a...
Wow, Curtis.
Is she in skull face? What are we doing?
I didn't think you'd bring this up on camera, but no, let's talk about it. Curtis hates whiteface.
Yeah, it's just reverse racism. But really, I mean, because I don't know,
cool.
is that a statement thing that...
Yeah, why not?
Great.
She looks great.
Well then good, it's great, and I love it.
I love Jaharia. I don't know, it just, like, isn't that exciting to see?
No, it's very exciting, but I just didn't think that it matched the brief. The boxer, it was spot on for.
Up next, we have Sigourney Beaver. Absolutely dripping. She was wet.
Soaked and cold.
She got wet before she went out there. And you can't tell.
They kept doing the close-ups of her tattoos. I kept thinking, why are they showing her tattoos? Is that part of the look? But then I realized you could see a little glimmer.
Or they'd show like the end of her wig hair because it was all like matted from the water. I gotta say, I love this look. I love the bouquet. The bouquet is so fucking cool. And then her groom... Yeah, it's hot. In the judging later, the Boulets are like, well, she didn't do enough with the water. She wasn't asked to. She was given a curse. They're going to pour water on you before you go out on the runway. Let's see if that fucks you up. It didn't. And then you were upset that she didn't look wet enough. Well, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
You were upset that she didn't do more with the water. Was she told that she was supposed to do something with the water? Sorry. I'm not coming for you, Boulets. I'm coming for one of you. Anyway, I thought it was dumb. But I agree with Sigourney. Her tits look incredible.
Yeah, they should have, like, dunked her in blood or something. Or, like,
really ruined her shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that curse. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I certainly don't understand penalizing her for doing too well, despite the curse. That makes no sense. Eva Destruction... Incredible. Are the spider legs coming out of her chest made of hair? I think they might be.
There's spider legs coming out of her chest?
Yeah, you see how the spiders on her hair? It looks like she has identical legs coming out of her chest. Oh no, that's satin. Never mind.
I think it's just part of the dress.
Yeah, you're right.
You thought she had, like, gnarly chest dreadlocks?
First of all, that's not what a dreadlock looks like. Secondly...
I've been to a Fish concert. I think I know what a dreadlock...
Don't tell people that you've done that. Sculpted hair is a thing now. It's very, very interesting.
Oh, yeah. No, I follow those people on Instagram who make teddy bears or, like, giant hats out of women's hair. Have you seen those?
I love that shit.
It looks like cotton candy.
Love that shit.
Makes me hungry.
The groom, super cool. I agree with the judges that, like, the shape, I didn't fully understand why it was shaped like that. However, because it was shaped like that, her waist looks this big. I loved it.
You mean her thorax?
I think this is incredible. I think this is what,
you would do?
The drag king who was on Dragula, who was like ghostly, that was his whole vibe.
Jasper.
Actually, it might have been. Anyway, she looks like she's doing what that drag king does, but I was so disappointed that drag king did not do so well. Right? What am I talking about?
Maybe this is the second chance they've
resurrected.
Re-resurrected.
No, that's Eva. One thing that they referenced, but we didn't know what was happening, and we didn't really see a lot of it because it was in the dark, was the groom dance party. The groom dance party. What was that? Now we get to the part of the episode that I love. I love watching the Boulets talk after the floor show. However, okay, I mentioned this last week. So when we had Sigourney on IMHO like 3 years ago.
Oh, that's why she looks familiar.
We made our, like, joke about the little boule and the big boule. And she was like, they really don't like when people do that. Swan and drag. I was
They don't like when people what? Notice their height?
Call them big and little. They don't like, whatever. So for like a second, I was like, oh, okay, I won't do that. But now I've been doing it again because it's funny. They're a public figure. One is big, one is little. Okay? It's funny.
You're big.
Then we get to the boulets talking. Who's making those jokes? Who's calling themselves big? Who's calling themselves big? The boulets. The big one says, sometimes you have to be the bigger person. The little one says, oh, you'll always be the bigger person. And they laughed. So all bets are off. Call them big and little to their face. Big boule, little boule, funny. We find out, this is so exciting, we find out the winner of this challenge is JK. Congratulations. You really rose to the occasion.
Comedy like that makes me thorny.
I know. Oh, then we go to the cauldron and Zava starts in. Listen, Zava's on the show because she shit stirs in a very funny way. Dahlia does not. So Zava and JK start to go at it. Then Sigourney gets pulled into it. And then Sigourney confronts Dahlia. So everyone's on Sigourney's dick about talking about her fans or whatever. And then Sigourney, I guess this is a little bit of a diversion, but I love it. Sigourney was like, well, Dahlia, you said that your drag's better than everyone's. She's like, you're lying. And then someone else was like, no, I for sure heard you say that. That is great. That is classic deflection, and more people should do it, honestly. Oh, but then we find out it's not just that Dahlia thinks she's better than everyone and she's tattling on everyone. She's also yelling at production crew.
That's a big no-no.
And Cynthia is the one who noticed. If Cynthia's the one that's telling you this, it has to be a big deal, okay? Cynthia's in her own world. She doesn't notice things or people around her unless they're screaming at production. Dahlia, get fucked. And I know it's just a TV show, but that's not part of the TV show. You don't ever yell. And to yell at the crew...
At someone who's just doing their job.
Just doing their job, trying to take care of... Fuck off. Sorry, I have to do some K and calm down.
She should do some ketamine.
She really should. They go back to the floor show. Zava is saved. She doesn't have to be put on box or whatever, which I agree. I think Zava has shown a lot more consistency than Jade and Disasterina. Disasterina, I want to see more from her. I really do. She's an icon. She's a legend in the Dragula space. So I do think we're giving her a little more passes than we would give anyone else. But she's almost 60. Shut up.
Is she?
I think so.
Oh, well, good for her.
I think she's in her 50s. Don't say good for her. Do you think people say that when they find out my age?
I don't think anyone's ever said good for you.
They go up the stairs. I will say Sigourney's commentary on Jade looked so hot going up the stairs. I completely agree. They call Jade's name. She drops through the floor. And then Jaharia is laughing and talking about how hot she looked when she fell. I agree. Listen, seeing hot boobies fly up, seeing big hair fly up. She wasn't shocked. She wasn't screaming. She was kind of, they said, like, posing almost. Obsessed. And episode over. Or is it?
Wait, what?
I know. It seems we find ourselves in a bit of a pickle. They bring back Loris and Frankie, the two monsters who died first. What they're doing this season, which I actually really like a lot. I think it's a waste of time. I don't think someone who is eliminated is going to come back and win the whole thing. Although I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot. Look what my vote did, you know? It's called the Hellbound Showdown. The two monsters show off their looks from that floor show. The floor show that the floor show we just saw. And based on the floor show plus the personality they show, one will win and one will die. Loris wins. Frankie dies again. Then next week, Loris is going to go up against Jade, because Jade just died. And they'll just keep doing that. Whoever wins will keep going to the next round, until they get to the grand finale. Listen, does anyone come back and do well? Is Naisha available? But I'm so happy that they at least get one more floor show.
You get to show off a little something that you brought.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It was a little sad, though, just the two of them doing their little floor show. It kind of felt like the kids' table or something.
I was thinking, like, that probably sucks. Like the other competitors, they're in one place and they're like, all right, eliminated queens, we're gonna do your little thing. Yeah, I did think that too. Anyway, that was Dragula. What'd you think?
I was scared.
Were you?
Yeah.
Of what?
The monsters, the bugs, the small boule.
Little Boule, please use the name.
Little boule. I apologize.
Of the 3 episodes we've seen so far, I hated the first 2 episodes. Y'all know that. This was way more fun. All of the drama felt real and dirty. Abora dancing in the middle of them yelling in the cauldron. Funny. I love a floor show. You know, I missed the floor show. Do I think the floor shows also run a bit long, and the way that they are edited, it's kind of hard to tell what's happening? Yes. I would love to see that change. And maybe add a voiceover. But we'll talk about that next season.
Yeah, we'll have a production meeting.
Yeah.
Boule's, it's in your inbox.
Yeah. Little Boule, I emailed you. Big Boule, Little Boule will tell you. You just gotta bend down. All right, if you enjoyed that, hit subscribe and, of course, the notification bell. We also are on Patreon, patreon.com/IMHO. It's the only way Curtis can eat. Please do it.
Feed me.
And Cameo. We're both on Cameo. And we have a Shameo, which is us talk to you. And so go to IMHOtheSHOW.com for that. Also, our podcast, Twin Window on Tuesday, IMHO the podcast on Thursday. And we're going to be in Brooklyn. Not you. He's not coming to Brooklyn. He said no. I offered. He said no. So we're going to be in Brooklyn November 21st at the Bell House. So get your tickets. We are following Beth Stelling. It's really funny. I want to get there too early, you know, and like
halfway through her set.
Yeah, and I'm sitting back there when she comes back for like a break.
Oh, how about you just walk right on?
I wouldn't do that to Beth Stelling. I'd do it to Beth more. I can tell you that.
She'd have to stop, and then she'd be Beth stalling.
And we will be at the Den Theater in Chicago for New Year's Eve. Now, he will be there for that one. Actually, I'm really excited about this. Listen, y'all, this is going to be the first time this has ever happened. All 3 couples will be together for New Year's in Chicago. So it'll be Grant and Angela, me and Curtis, Austin and Alexis. And we're all staying in a big Airbnb in Wicker Park. I'm so excited. So come, you can meet all the significant others and count down the new year with us.
Follow me online. I need help.
What?
I need
help?
I need followers.
Oh, you never ask me for help and you immediately ask the camera? That's the actor in you.
Yeah.
Bye. Okay, not to embarrass you, I'm sorry. However, my husband was on an episode of Grey's Anatomy last week. I don't think you understand the
shock.
The shock. No, just like, it's, first of all, I'm shocked it's still on. It's been running forever. Wasn't it the 450th episode?
Yes, I was randomly on the 450th episode on their 22nd season.
Exciting.
You think they would have cured every single disease by this point?
No, people keep getting sick. Well, the measles are back.
Yeah.
I was so proud of you. I watched Grey's for the first like 4 or 5 seasons, and then I did have to move on. But just seeing you on Grey's Anatomy blew my fucking mind. And Austin and Alexis came over. We were all watching it together.
Yeah, it was fun. We got to do a little group viewing.
And his first scene is where you get to like really see him and he's talking or whatever. And then really the rest of the episode, he's like in the background of what's happening.
Of a large scene,
Yeah. And he's like, well, we don't have to watch this because I'm just in the background. I was like, we're going to watch this. Seeing you in the background is so exciting.
And scream every time.
Every time he appeared, which
Any
was a lot.
portion of me
Which
appeared.
was a lot. We'd be like, ah!
It was never a full clear shot, and it was always
It doesn't
blurry.
matter. It was so exciting. Baby, you were on Grey's Anatomy. That's so cool.
It was great.
You need to be on Desperate Housewives next.
It was the first episode of Grey's Anatomy I've ever watched.
Ever?
Ever. I could not tell you what that show looked like before I was on it.
Well, it's a hospital. Looks like a hospital. That's crazy to me. I would feel like, especially as an actor moving to LA, that you would want to like watch the
core shows.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I try to make it through as many things. I guess it's just that that's been on so long that I guess I just through cultural osmosis kind of felt like I knew what the show was. The tone, the pace, you know, how many horses have died during production. like that kind of stuff. I know all of that kind of basic
How many?
facts. Do you want to know?
No.
You'll never eat horse again. I think what it is, it's like when new shows pop up, you know, and it's like, oh, this brand new thing from so-and-so creator. Then I like go and like watch things and ever. But I guess I just had forgotten about Grey's Anatomy. It had been on so long, I just took it for granted.
22 seasons. Although I did have an incredible moment because of your appearance that just made me laugh. So Paula, she has watched every episode of Grey's Anatomy. They were on their 450th. She has watched 450.
She's on her 450th.
She loves that fucking show. And I forget that about her because I forget that Grey's Anatomy is still on. So I didn't tell her that he was on the show, but I did post on my story, you know, that he was going to be on it. So Paula texts me and is like, holy shit, Curtis is on Grey's Anatomy? At this point, I think she's referring to my Instagram story. And I was like, yeah, isn't that crazy? And then she said, I'm just sitting here watching the episode and Curtis appears on my TV. And I was like, wait, you didn't know?
I'm a magician in the episode.
You didn't know? Amazing Kid Magician. And she was like, no. So I love the idea that Paula's in Costa Rica watching Grey's Anatomy and then my husband just appears on the screen. That would freak me the fuck out. Because I do a lot of drugs.
The next thing that I book, I'm not going to tell you about.
No,
then I'm going to shoot it. And then I'll be like, hey babe, like, what if we watch...
I'd be so mad. You made me do all these auditions with you, but I don't get to celebrate with you.
No. All of a sudden, you're like, wait, this sounds really familiar.
And you know that this year was the year that I finally realized I'm the problem with every relationship I have. So coming to terms with that, I need as many wins as I can have. So next time you book something, say, good job, babe, you really did it to me.
So you've been the problem this whole time, and now I have to cater to you more?
Because it's so devastating to find out you've been the problem the whole time.
Yeah, I can see how that would be really hard on you.
It's really tough.
Yes, I will do that for you.
Thank you.
That's what marriage is all about.
Well, we're probably gonna fight, honestly. No, what are we gonna watch tonight?
I recorded us fighting, so... Do you want to watch that?
Yeah, let's watch it. All right, we'll see you at some point. Love you, bye.